Good afternoon. George Cavaligos for HFT Bonds. I hope you saw the video last night. Now, obviously it was in the middle of the night when we hit that 139.11 level in the bonds, but I just throw it out there. You guys have to stay up all night to trade these levels if you want to. But I guess today would be best described as something for everyone. A little short off the first trade this morning. After putting up those slightly higher highs at 139.11, the market sold off pretty good. Got back down to settlement gap, at least. Previous settlement at, 135.04. And actually went a little bit further than that, but that would have been enough for me to take that trade, and I probably should have had the whole thing. Of course I didn't. I always get out too early, but that's okay. And then we had a nice bounce late in the afternoon as stocks sold off. We're starting to see these, videos from Egypt with these massive crowds of protesters, and the elected government, the Muslim Brotherhood, I guess you'd call them, is under pressure to quit. The army has given them, some deadlines to step down. Some of the government officials have actually stepped down and left the country. And it looks like things are going to get messy over the next day and a half there. And things in the Middle East and Europe are not good. So then we started to get a bit of a bounce in the bonds, and we traded all the way back up to the, where we get up to 139.08 in the afternoon rally, and then we're sort of just tailing off a little bit there. On the shorter term charts, there's a lot of dojis. I think that kind of signifies what the market's telling you, indecisiveness at this point. And with a lot of data staring us in the face tomorrow during a half day, I think the market will have a slightly bullish slant going into tomorrow in the data, and then we'll have to see what the data brings. I wouldn't be surprised to see the market go back and make another slightly higher high here. Nothing was determined today. We're still within the boundaries of that rising wedge formation that I talked about yesterday. As the market's chopping sideways to higher. We've completed what an Elliott Wave guy like myself would call a minimum retracement there. But, if you look at the bonds, we haven't even completed a 38% retracement off of the lows from last week with this sort of choppy sideways rally. Very corrective looking rally. Looking for some type of decisive move outside of that rising wedge over the next couple days is probably a good idea, but it's going to be tricky because you got a lot of shortened sessions, holidays, volumes again pretty light today. Actually looks like the volume today might even be less than yesterday at this point. So I think people are pretty much just squaring up positions, and then we'll wait and see what the data brings. Big slate of data tomorrow. ADP, jobless claims, the refunding announcement for next week, which I think could be an important thing to keep an eye on. And, then the unemployment number on Friday with, half session days over the next couple days, and the markets close on Thursday for the ECB meeting. I think it's going to be a tricky trade. Take the short-term trades again, stay nimble. I noticed a couple firms, prop firms, were asking their people to keep it small and actually be flat by tomorrow at noon when equities close. It's kind of an odd day tomorrow. Equities completely shut down at, I think, 12:15 Chicago time. And then the FX and interest rates keep trading until, I think, 3:15 on Globex. So I think by noon tomorrow you want to be flat and waiting to see what happens with the unemployment number on Friday morning. So upside again today, I think we could, see another bit of a rally in the market. If we're going to poke around that, reverse trend line that I talked about, that 139.11 yesterday, right now it comes in at 136.16. So I could even see another slightly higher high in the bonds again tonight and not be, overly surprised here. So, all right, have a great time. Join us in the webinar. Free webinar starts at 3 o'clock this afternoon. It'll be available for non-subscribers, I believe, the day after tomorrow. And for subscribers, come on in, guys. Give it a shot. Have a great night.